Scientific studies by the World Health Organization reveal that depression is now the leading cause of disability worldwide. The American Psychological Association reports a steady rise in anxiety disorders among adolescents, particularly since the proliferation of algorithmically driven social media. But this chaos is not random. It's the predictable consequence of systems not designed for human flourishing, but for efficiency, control, and profit. Nations today resemble stressed parents managing a hyperactive child, reactive, fragmented, and stuck in survival mode. And just as a child's mental health is deeply shaped by how safe, seen, and supported they feel at home, so too is a citizen's well-being shaped by the policies, culture, and philosophy of their nation. When governments treat citizens like numbers in spreadsheets rather than hearts in homes, when political discourse becomes a battleground of ego instead of empathy, when economic policy serves markets more than meaning, the result is what we see today: rising polarization, spiritual emptiness, and a collective sense of disconnection. But here's the twist. The chaos is not merely a product of the modern world, it is a product of consciousness itself. As humans became self-aware, we became capable of imagining futures and regretting pasts. We became animals with stories, narratives that give us belonging, purpose, and identity, but also stories that separate and alienate us. Neuroscience shows the default mode network in the brain is highly active when we're not doing anything in particular. It's the home of self-referential thinking. Meditation research shows that reducing this brain activity correlates with increased well-being. This suggests that part of our suffering comes not from the world itself, but from the way we think about the world and ourselves. Still, we cannot meditate away systemic problems. We must address both the inner and outer chaos. Education must evolve to include emotional literacy. Healthcare must prioritize prevention and mental well-being, not just biochemical interventions. Societies must balance individualism with community, innovation with meaning, and ambition with rest. Just as astrophysicists use the light of distant galaxies to understand how the universe began, we must use the fragments of psychological and societal data, suicide rates, loneliness indexes, social trust surveys, empathy decline in youth, to trace our path back and ask not just how did we get here, but what forces have been shaping us since the stars were born. Perhaps, in the end, understanding the chaos of our time is less about fixing what is broken and more about remembering where it all began. And in doing so, we might come to realize that we are not isolated individuals floating in a sea of madness, but stardust with nervous systems, part of an unfolding universe that is